So, a new week and another brand new livery for the 2021 season, and today we have got the Alfa Romeo C41. Now, really quickly before we do get into the livery reaction, and as you can probably guess, guys, I'm absolutely loving it at the moment, but one thing I did want to say really quickly, if you missed my previous upload, I said in that video that I'm not going to be doing a livery reaction for every single Formula 1 team, because not only do I have so many videos at the moment in the works, but also if the livery is mostly the same, for example, McLaren, I don't really think it's necessary for me to go over the same livery because, I don't know, it's just, it doesn't make for a fun video. But this one, I absolutely wanted to because, yeah, let's jump in and check out the brand new Alfa Romeo for 2021. So here it is, and let me say first of all, straight away, when I saw these pictures for the first time, I was like, wow, I absolutely love it. For those of you that don't know, and to be honest, I haven't actually mentioned this on the channel that much, I'm a big Alfa Romeo fan, not just the Formula 1 team, but also the brand itself, of course, as you can guess. I love their road cars, I love their styling and everything that they stand for, and also, to be honest, ever since 2018, where they changed their design philosophy and really became Alfa Romeo and kind of turned from Sauber to Alfa Romeo Sauber, I've loved their design philosophy of the white and the red, and the way they've combined it with that blood red, and they've continued it and evolved it again into 2021. We've seen kind of little changes every single year, and that's kind of what I love about this livery as well, is that, you know, some teams obviously they keep their livery for a long time like Red Bull, but I'm not asking for a brand new livery every single year. But what I like that Alfa do is that they evolve it every single season just a little bit, but really this year they have changed it quite a bit, and I am a big fan. This is, at the moment, out of the current liveries that we've seen with the Alfa Tauri and the McLaren, this is easily my favorite. And of course, once all of the liveries come out, I am going to be doing a ranking video, and this will certainly be in the top 5. I can tell you that for a fact. One thing I've noticed about this livery is that it's almost like a painting. It's almost like a little puzzle. The more you look at it, the more little things and details you notice. Let's just start off straight away with that engine cover, and it is absolutely, I just love it. I absolutely love the fact that now, because what I actually did not like last year is that they went from a dark, really black on the bottom of the barge board, then to a white, and then to a blood red. I didn't really think that was a really nice color gradient. Now they flipped that around, and it makes a lot more kind of style sense, in the sense that the barge board is black, then you go to a darker color in that blood red, and then right at the top of the car, it's the brightest color of them all with that white, and that Alfa Romeo logo. I mean, I absolutely love it. I love that Alfa kind of almost make their logos massive on the engine cover so you can see it, and I feel like that contrast is really nice. The details of the logo are in that red, and they connect to the bottom of the car, and then the background is with the white. So I think that looks really cool. And also, of course, the addition of the clover leaf, of course, that's Alfa Romeo's like little logo, and I feel like that addition on the engine cover is really cool as well. And it's not always easy to get red, white, and green, of course, the color of the Italian flag, to all work together, but just that little addition I think looks really nice. And even also you can see the little fin on the back as well. Now they've kind of put that was actually just all red in last year's livery, and now they've made it black and kind of almost blend out a little bit. So I'm guessing when the car is driving, you're not even going to be able to see the fin, and I think that might have been a style choice to make it look a little bit skinnier, a little bit quicker, because that's the point of liveries, to make the car look quick even when it's standing still. But certainly from a design aspect, I absolutely love it. Now if we move on to a picture of the back of the car, again, I love everything about this livery. The more I look at it, the more I love it. I love the way that white pinstripe not only carries over from the engine cover but onto the rear wing. I feel like that's a really nice integration. The little pieces of white that they've added onto the rear wing I think work really nicely, and even that Alfa Romeo logo, I think just everything about this car looks so nice, and the color contrast is amazing. There's not too many colors going on, and I feel like that's a really big key to really nice liveries. If you've got blues and oranges, for example, on this car, if you had another blue and another orange kind of sponsor, maybe a more green sponsors, at some point it starts getting a little bit too much. But because they've kept it mostly red and white with just a little touch of green from that clover leaf, it works really, really nicely. So yeah, let's move over to the front of the car and actually take a look at the front wing. Now, again, there's this really big theme in terms of this year's car of adding more white and using red as more of the contrast color, and there's little details that you'll notice compared to last year's car. We'll do a little comparison side by side in just a second, but certainly in terms of the aerodynamics, I'm not going to talk too much about the aero because obviously, guys, I'm not exactly the biggest expert, so I'm not even going to pretend. But certainly the front wing this year is a lot skinnier, and again, you can see on the front wing, it is mostly white, but again with a touch of red, with the base plate being red. So it's just a really, really nice integration of the colors. Now, the one thing that I really will miss from this year, because I don't think Alfa Romeo will be doing it, is seeing their very special one-off shakedown liveries. If you guys remember from the past 2 years in 2019 and in 2020, Alfa Romeo actually launched their car for the shakedown at the Fiorano test track, and in each of the past 2 years, they made one-off special liveries. I remember in 2019, they had this amazing, almost maroon kind of a livery with really nice details into the actual livery itself, which was absolutely incredible. I just really loved that idea of having that one-off kind of shakedown livery, and it worked really nicely. And last year, again, little details. They had this gray livery with the Alfa Romeo logo in kind of like a heart shape. I think they launched it on Valentine's Day, if I remember correctly. And each of those liveries I found were absolutely amazing. I love them as one-off liveries, but sadly, I don't think this year we're going to get a special shakedown livery, which is a big shame because I love those last two liveries and thought they were literally some of the best liveries I've ever seen in my life. Well, even though they never obviously got to race because they were only shakedown liveries. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get those. But nevertheless, next up, let's move on to the side-by-side, comparing it to the 2020 livery with the brand new 2021. So on screen, I'll obviously overlay some photos of the comparison from last year to this year. And I must say, again, you can really see that it isn't just a few little changes there and there. It is a really big change. And remember what I said at the beginning of the video in terms of, I really like the color contrast that they have in terms of being black on the barge board, then going to a lighter color in their blood red, and then going to the lightest color right at the top in white. That really nice gradient. If you compare it to last year, it was kind of the opposite way around. And I don't think that looked as good. It was obviously black on the barge board, then it was white, and then it went to the red. I feel like the other way works really nicely with the red just below the white. So that change I am a very, very big fan of. And the one thing that I will say that I actually prefer on the 2020 car is if you look on the front wing and actually going all the way just below the halo to the front wing is that pinstripe, and they've actually kind of thinned it out and made it a little bit smaller in 2021. I'm not as big a fan of that, to be honest. I really like that thick pinstripe, so I kind of wish they could have added that onto the 2021 car or left it in there, but they've made it a little bit thinner. But you know, that's probably my only critique, to be honest. And they really have moved to a different kind of logo as well. If you look right on the front wing as well, last year they had the actual Alfa Romeo logo on the nose in terms of the car company, and this year they've got more of their Formula One logo that we see on the engine cover. But again, I actually quite like that. It's a really nice contrast with the white and the red. It just works so well. So little subtle changes of the logo there and there. Now, next up, let's take a look at their race suits for 2021 and compare them to last year as well, because there's a few little changes on them too. Now, if you look at the 2021 race suits, I'm getting really retro vintage vibes. I'm talking like 60s, 70s kind of race suits, because back then they were all white, and yeah, it just looks really, really cool. To be honest though, I might actually prefer the ones from last year just a little bit. If you look on Antonio Giovinazzi in 2020, he's got the Alfa Romeo Giulia with a big red box, and I actually quite like that. I like the integration of more red, but certainly with this year's car, they've added more white onto the car, and you can see on their race suits as well, they've added more white in there. So whilst the 2021 race suits work better with the car, I might prefer the race suits from last year, if that makes sense. But nevertheless, I mean, the Alfa Romeo livery and their race suits, everything is so clean, everything is so nice, it just works really nice from a design aspect. And what more can I say? I love the livery, I love the race suits, and it'll be interesting, of course, again to see Kimi Raikkonen. I mean, how many years has he been in Formula One? He's nigh on, what is it, 18, 19 years? I forget all the time. And Antonio Giovinazzi looking real dapper, of course, that Italian style. And also good to see Robert Kubica. I'm a big Kubica fan. So yeah, it's a really cool and interesting lineup, of course, keeping the same from last year. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in 2021. But anyway, guys, there you go. I'm going to wrap this livery reaction up because I feel like I'm repeating myself. But again, final thoughts. I love it. I feel like the little changes they made in terms of especially the gradient from black to red to white at the top, I feel looks beautiful. I love the Alfa Romeo logo, how big it is, the contrast with the white background, the little clover leaf, all of the little details, and even the way they've integrated the sponsors. Again, I said at the beginning of the video, this is easily going to be in my top 5 best liveries once I do my actual list of ranking all of the liveries when they're all released, and I absolutely love it. Can't wait to see it on track, of course, in daylight. Liveries always look way different in daylight than they they do in studio photos, but Alfa Romeo have done a brilliant job and I absolutely love it. So yeah, can't wait to see it on track, and hopefully for Alfa Romeo, they're going to have a great 2021 season. Well guys, there you go. That is my livery reaction for the Alfa Romeo C41. Now let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. What do you think of this livery? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's better or worse than their last year's 2020 livery? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments box below. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Now I hope you did enjoy this video, my first livery reaction of 2021, and if you did, then don't forget to drop a like and smash that subscribe button as well. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.